Thank you for taking some time out to see a quick demonstration of how SharpEye eDocs work. There are many things that we can cover when it comes to SharpEye eDocs, but what I want to show you today is how eDocs can be used just the same as paper documents with ease. In order to quickly show off some of the uses, we have this form broken up into 5 sections. Please keep in mind that as we review each section, that SharpEye recreates your documents so that they fit your specific needs. As you can see here, the first and top section is simply form and company information. Section 2 is a fillable form. Section 3 is a fillable form with calculation abilities. Section 4 is simply a sample graphic. And section 5 are signature fields with reset and submit button on the bottom. What we're going to do here is enter some information in the fillable part. Say John Smith. Give him a middle initial of T. His address is 123 Hill Street, and he lives in the city of downtown. And we say he's in the state of California, and we're going to put an incorrect zip code. Look at this, very helpful already. So we need to put the correct amount of digits for it to let us proceed. There, we can go on. Now, his name is John Smith, but we're going to put an incorrect last name on purpose with Miller. You're going to understand why in a moment. And say SharpEye. Okay, now what I'm going to do is send this information to Carol for review. Okay, now that Carol has sent back the document, I noticed that she's made some comments in different areas here. One comment is right here. Let's see, let's click this little tab, and it says, this name does not match the last name field, which is right here, Smith and Miller. So that was something that we know was a mistake. Also, we noticed that the document ID is highlighted. Let's click this tab. This form has been replaced with a new one. Okay, so we're using the wrong doc number. And also, we notice that there's a little icon here with the little speaker symbol. If we double click this, we actually get a voice recording that Carol has left us.
Please be advised of my notes and make corrections. Thank you.
Okay, great. So I'll make the necessary changes, save the document, and send it back to Carol. Let's move on to section 3 for some calculation functions. Okay, so now that we're in section 3, we see once again that it's a fillable form with calculation abilities. As you see, you have item 1, item 2, item 3, the cost of that item. Now this section can be fillable as we have here, or it can be a predetermined number. It's strictly up to you and how you want us to create your document. We have the quantity, we have the total of each item lined up. Then we have your subtotal and the tax. It's pretty high here, it's California. And your grand total. So let's go ahead and test it out. We'll try some simple numbers. Item 1. We'll just say it's 123, and we'll want 2 of those. And when we go over, we see that it adds up. It's 246. Here's the subtotal, and then the tax, and then the grand total. And we could also add to number 1. So we'll say it's only $56, and we want 4 of them. Once again, does all the calculations for us. This one we can do a much higher number if we want to. We could say 576, and we want let's just say 3, and calculates everything out for us. Now if we want to, we can always hit this reset button and wipe the slate clean, and then once again go over all the calculations again and again and again. So this is another way electronic documents are very useful, because they do have calculation functions built in them if you require them. Now let's move on down to our next section, and we'll look at a sample image. Okay, what we have here is an imported graphic. Now, as you'll see, there is text here on the bottom of the graphic. None of this is editable because it is one entire graphic. Now, the nice thing about the way this document has been created, we have the ability to take this graphic out or actually mark up the graphic for comments and other things. One of the ways that we do this is we have to overlay our comments on top of the graphic. Also, a document can be created so that the graphics are embedded into the document so that they cannot be changed or replaced. But in this instance, we are going to allow it to be replaced or moved. What I want to do is go to our tools and grab our pencil tool. And this 30-degree angle right here, I want to circle that. So what I have to do in this instance is draw my circle over here. And then I take that circle and I move it over my 30 degree. Now, what I want to do is show that the 30 degrees should be a different angle. So I'll take another sticky note and I'll just place it here from the time being. And I'll say, let's see here, I would like this changed. Okay, and then we'll take our sticky note and place it right over. So now when I send this to one of the engineers, they'll know that they need to make a change to the degrees there. There are many other tools that we can use for commenting and markup. When you go into your free Acrobat Reader, please take the time to look at many of these tools because they're very helpful in editing and commenting on your document. You can attach other files, you can add the audio comments just as Carol did earlier, and you can add many stamps. So what we can do here is we will let it be known that this is a draft. And once we have the final markup, we can take this out, actually, simply highlighting it and deleting it. But in this case, we're going to leave it right there. Okay, so we wanted to show some of the functions of graphics, comments, and what you can do with these documents to use them just as efficiently as paper and still get the job done the way it's always been done and make the job much cleaner and more efficient. Let's move on to our next and last section. Okay, so we're going to look at our last section here, which is our signature fields. And what's common on the bottom of most documents are signatures. Now, what's unique about a Sharp Eye eDoc is that it can be set up so that when a signature is placed on a document, the rest of the document is then locked and does not allow anyone else to edit the document. So your level of security is brought up to a very high level. There are several ways to get signatures into a Sharp Eye eDoc. We're going to just show you one here right now. We're going to need a signature from our marketing and junior accountant and floor manager. And what I want to just show is how a signature is set up. These signatures are also called digital IDs. So if we just simply click on the signature field, a dialog pops up. So we want to create a new digital ID. So we go to next. Monster is my son's nickname there. Okay, organizational unit. We can leave that blank. Organizational name. We'll put Sharp Eye. And email address. We will say info@sharpeyedocs.com. Okay, and you have all this other information that, depending on how you want your signature to be set up, you can change this information in your encryption. So we're going to click next, and we're actually going to, it's actually asking us where we want to save a copy of our signature. So when we use this again, we simply have to just pull up this information from a file and click enter, and that's all. We're going to enter a password here because only one person should have access to their signature and password. Okay, so as you see here, another dialog comes up showing our new signature. Has our logo here. So what we need to do in order to place our signature, we have to input our password. And I'm going to show you what happens if we input the wrong password. Incorrect password. So this is another reason you want to keep your password secure. Now we have an electronic signature. The nice thing once again about this is this logo here can be changed, and it can actually be your handwritten signature that maybe you scanned into the system. So if you feel more comfortable using that, sometimes you feel more comfortable using a logo. It's totally up to you. Now if we click on the signature field, it gives us information about the signature field. Signature is validated, and has it been modified since it was applied. And we also have a lot of signature properties. This is very useful when it comes to document security. And also want to bring out that you see that there is a reset and a submit button here. This happens to be a master reset button, opposed to the reset button that we saw up top here. This reset button simply resets this section. Your document can be set up the same way. If you would like a master reset button, you simply let us know. And if you would like a reset button just for a particular section, once again, you simply let us know. And there are plenty of functions that can be allotted here. The submit button can be for printing, or it can be for submitting into a database, or even if you would like it, we can set it up to export your data into a spreadsheet. So we do want to keep away from printing because that is the entire objective of SharpEye eDocs. So I wanted to show you one other thing here. Also with our comments, we have a list here of the comments that are stored in this document. So we have a lot of function here as far as what we can do with the document and sorting them out. And also it will also show us what files have been attached to the document. In this example, we don't have any files attached, but we can go through them and sort them out accordingly. So that's everything, and I really hope you enjoyed this short presentation. Please contact us at your earliest convenience so that we can get on way of setting you up with SharpEye eDocs and turning your office paperless. And as always, remember, we'll keep a sharp eye out for you.